lazy! 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 You're so lazy!
Picture a specific kind of relief that only happens the moment the door locks and the outside world finally goes quiet. For some, this isn't just a preference, it's a biological necessity. Society often labels the urge to stay inside as lazy, antisocial, or boring. But psychology reveals a much deeper architecture at play. This isn't about hiding from life, it's about a brain that has been running on emergency power for far too long. When someone has carried the weight of stress, high-pressure environments, or emotional labor, their home becomes more than just a building. It becomes a sanctuary where the nervous system is finally allowed to step away and breathe. Today, we are deconstructing the psychology of the homebody, exploring why your comfort cage is actually a sophisticated tool for resilience and survival. Number 1, the myth of laziness and conservation mode. In a culture that values constant grinding and hustling, choosing rest is often treated as a moral failure. But from a mental health perspective, laziness is mostly a myth. What looks like a lack of motivation is often a symptom of burnout, chronic stress, or emotional overload. When your mental or emotional resources are depleted, your brain shifts into conservation mode. It prioritizes comfort and low-effort rewards because your energy is biologically limited. This explains why you might feel too tired to attend a social event, but still have the energy to grind in a video game or binge on a favorite series. Games and movies offer clear rewards and immediate feedback, whereas social interaction requires a high effort to reward ratio that an exhausted brain simply cannot afford. You aren't avoiding responsibility. You are protecting your system from total collapse. You don't need discipline to get off the couch. You need momentum, and that momentum often starts with the small, safe wins found within your own four walls. Number 2, the airport, brain, and sensory overload. Why does the outside world feel so heavy? To understand this, imagine your brain is a busy airport. The amygdala is airport security, scanning for danger, while the prefrontal cortex is the control tower that keeps you calm and rational. For many people who love staying home, their security team is in permanent overdrive. They may have sensory processing sensitivity, meaning their brains take in more information than average, more sounds, more flickering lights, and more subtle emotional cues from everyone in the room. In a crowded space, this feels like having too many tabs open on a computer. Your brain isn't failing. It's working overtime to process a world that is too loud and too bright. By staying home, you're choosing an environment where you don't have to scan for threats or decode complex social puzzles. This isn't social anxiety. It's vigilance and pattern recognition. Your nervous system simply works differently, preferring the quiet of the empty classroom, where focus and safety finally feel possible. Lately, many people report that they are functioning, but feel like they're just surviving. Tell us in the comments one word that describes your current emotional baseline. Is it steady, stretched, or tired? Taking a moment to name what you're feeling is a powerful way to signal safety to your brain. Number 3, the loneliness of the strong friend. There is a specific kind of exhaustion that comes from being too much for too many people. If you're the person everyone counts on, you are constantly co-regulating their nervous systems. When they panic, you steady them. When they overthink, you ground them. But absorbing the intensity of others takes real biological energy. You leave simple conversations feeling drained because your system was working the entire time. You may have learned to fawn, to please and appease to avoid conflict, making you this safe place for everyone else while you struggle to find a safe place for yourself. This leads to a strange loneliness. You're deeply involved in everyone's life, but parts of you remain completely unseen. Staying home is often the only time you can stop being the steady ground for others and finally allow yourself to collapse into your own needs. Number 4, creative solitude and the mini laboratory. For a creative soul, home isn't just a place to rest. It's a mini laboratory where the seeds of innovation are planted. Solitude provides the uninterrupted space necessary for profound self-reflection and intricate internal reasoning. High-functioning minds often crave this low-stimulation environment to connect the dots without the distraction of social performance. When you are alone, you can finally drop the mask and stop running the background programs of social vigilance. This solitude isn't about avoiding the world. It's about diving deep into your mind where your best ideas strike at midnight or in the silence of a slow afternoon. You aren't being weird by disappearing into your own head. You're giving your brain the space it needs to process a vast, complex world. Conclusion: building a gentler life. If you have been through too much, it makes sense that you have become watchful, careful, and tired. But adaptation is not destiny. Healing doesn't mean you have to become a social butterfly. It means learning that your home can be a place to rest, not a reason to hide. It means realizing you don't have to earn rest by breaking, and that your worth isn't defined by how much noise you make in the world. You can build a life that feels gentler than the one that shaped you. Whether you find peace in the unconditional positive regard of a pet or the quiet of a Saturday morning, your choice to stay home is a valid way to exist. If this exploration made you feel a little less alone, subscribe to Read Minds for more deep dives into the hidden architecture of your mind.